were valid, but to date remain unresolved due to protracted land wrangles. The majority of those affected were older persons.
Some of these guys are 70 years old, 80 years old. They even show you their G taxes they used to pay so many years ago, even before the coming of the NRM government. And they are paying from that very land where they were evicted from.
Yongera kutubasiza bitakubasa, yongera kutugarura amataka gaitu nyakusinga, herezo mwebembezu yangu kutugarura amataka gaitu, reka tuyongere kuramya no kweshengereza ko ni warahanga, otkorre byokorra bukunda, ishemuka mu.
As the government prepares to mark the International Day for Older Persons on the 1st of October 2025, Minister of State for Older Persons Gidudu Mafabi says the government is handling the aftermath of the Kiangwali illegal evictions where over 2,000 people were displaced, including older persons.
No, we are aware, and we've really asked the government to look seriously into it, because as you realize, Kiangwali was upcountry. And most of the people up country are the elderly. They own that land. And we are engaging the various ministries that are directly concerned to ensure that this issue is handled and the elders are actually compensated as the owners of that land, provided they show clear ownership.
Even as the situation remains unresolved, some progress is being made elsewhere. At least 13,449 older persons in 182 local governments have so far benefited from the Special Enterprise Grant. And beyond that, over 306,000 receive a quarterly cash entitlement of 75,000 shillings.
This has enabled older persons access basic needs and live dignified lives. All older persons are urged to contact their respective parish chiefs in case they need more details on said enrollment criteria. And the results show that out of the 1,022,902 beneficiaries of PDM, 3% are older persons.
However, some older persons are still excluded from such programs because they lack national IDs.
I appeal to all older persons to utilize the opportunity of the ongoing mass registration and update of National Register to be captured in the NERA system to enhance their access to social protection and the government services.
Government is now considering new interventions, including special lanes for older persons at all service delivery points, free land registration services for vulnerable elderly to guard against land grabbing, free medical insurance for those above 80 years, and subsidized cover for others.
Establishment of sub-regional social gerontology centers to mentor caretakers of older persons and take care of older persons without alternative care.
Uganda has 2.3 million older persons, constituting 5% of the population. This year's International Day of Older Persons will be celebrated in Jinja under the theme Enhanced Household Incomes, a key to dignity and respect for older persons. President Yoweri Museveni is expected to officiate. Ivan Kahwa, UBC News.
National Medical Stores wants the National Drug and Health Products Authority bill amended to include severe penalties to stop illegal theft of drugs. NMS General Manager Moses Kambale says the penalties should triple the current fine for those found guilty. While drug theft remains a concern affecting service delivery, drugs and medical equipment worth 500 million Ugandan shillings have been recovered, as we hear in this story.
The State House Health Monitoring Unit says government lost 7.4 billion between 2020 and 2025 to government drug theft. The theft is in government facilities, smuggling trucks and smuggling drugs through coffins. Out of the shillings 7.4 billion lost funds, government has so far recovered 5 million shillings.
A physician, some of us are thieves. We have nurses, some of them are thieves. We have pharmacists, some of them are thieves. olukalala lw'ababbi katugambe bwe tuti Ibrahim ali wali azze kubba eddagala n'asanga wano dokita n'amala yalina eddagala Susan yewa store kati fena twensatule ate waliwo noono policeman akuuma hospital kati bana 4 people. Okay, there are about 4 in Kampala, there are about 2 in Mukono, there are about 5 in Mbale, there are about 2 in Kabale Western region, and there are about 2 in Kitagwenda, and I think there is 1 or 2 in Lira, and I think 1 or 2 in Gulu. Yes, we have arrested them. The DPP has taken them to court. They have been given bail, but we are not giving up.
National Medical Stores is revealing the National Drug and Health Products Authority bill to have penalties.
If these are passed by the Parliament of Uganda, as we expect, they should go a long way to dealing with this problem. We also need probably more innovations in those penalties, that we should not only state that they should be just up to 100 million. It should be somebody to pay at least 3 times the value of the medicines and health supplies they find you with.
The National Medical Stores has rolled out a nationwide media campaign aimed at eliminating theft of medical supplies. This, according to police, is a security concern.
Let us give the correct message to the Wananchi. That is what we are asking of you. Let us give the correct message to the Wananchi. Let the Wananchi go and benefit from these commodities. Let us now know the people who are in the habit of diverting these commodities.
Kulwanisa obubbi bw'amadagala is an issue of national security. Kubanga bw'onafuya ebya bujanjabyo eby'eggwanga oba onafuyiza eggwanga awantu awaluma.
We need to be able to address this challenge squarely, because if we don't, it will be either, because it's a very thin line that we are here in this media center, the next thing that we shall be the ones who are seeking what? Seeking this care. So
government is using the electric medical system to manage the delivery of medicines. Irene Faith Nantongo, UBC News.
Let's go to Karamoja sub-region now, where people in Karamoja sub-region want President Museveni to consolidate the gains of disarmament through compulsory, free and boarding education in the region. They also want compensation for cattle lost during insecurity, releasing of warriors arrested during disarmament, and improving water for production. UBC TV spoke to some elders and local residents about their expectations from President Museveni for the next term.
Karamoja sub-region has benefited from peace and security, providing water for home consumption and for production, improving education, health and road network. Elders in Karamoja want President Museveni to consolidate the gains of disarmament by investing in education in Karamoja, focus on water for production across Karamoja sub-region, and releasing Karachunas arrested during disarmament.
Money goes back, that's what they have sold. Because you cannot imagine a boy of 20 years, he's in prison for 40 years. When he comes here, he will become useless. He will not do anything. And they have learned a lot. They have known how to cultivate, they have known how to milk cows, they have known how to keep the animals. But we need him to give pardon the Karamoja also. Let him pardon the Karamoja also. Because most of those boys are really languishing in these prisons.
Should set a way of giving setting for us what we call rainwater harvesting farming. Rainwater harvesting farming is a way, a technical way of getting what we call rainwater harvesting farming. You use this rainwater, you collect this water for farming.
Get rid of the training arms of the next warriors through education. So look at the next generation, because we shall have a period when this other young generation matures, there will be chaos again. So one, enhance the livelihoods of the Karachunas so that they have something for their families. It can be through farming, it can be through opening.
The city, if we can, we should have a city. Now
Jackson Angela Adome, an elder in Moroto, wants President Museveni to compensate Karamojong's cattle lost during insecurity.
Him in the next move, in the next government reform, he must restock us. As elders, we are saying, let him restock Karamoja. We have lost all the animals.
The chairperson of Karamoja Elders Association, John Nangiro, wants President Museveni to consult the Karamojongs on issues about the region.
Involve us in government systems, not just as a by the way. We want to participate because it's our government and we vote rightly very much about it.
Ambrose Toliti has a message to President Museveni.
Want to see President Museveni have a peaceful transition by mentoring. This is one thing some people fear talking about. When we are talking about consolidating NRM, I'm a child of NRM, but we want to see this party transit to a new generation. We don't want to see NRM die like UPC, die like any other parties which we have seen in Africa. We want to see a party where it is handed over within the NRM so that we see the real strengths of the party.
Relatedly, elders want government to consider Karamojong in positions of permanent secretaries, commissioners.
To Bunyoro now, where the Prime Minister of Bunyoro Kitara Kingdom, Oweekitiinisa Byakutaga Andrew Atenyi, has rallied all Ugandans to embrace the sickle cell awareness campaign. This was during a sickle cell walk for Bunyoro sub-region in Masindi town.
The Shine Light on Sickle Cell Disease Initiative was a one-day sickle cell awareness walk in Masindi town, supported by the Miss Bunyoro First Runners-Up 2024-25, also CEO of She Cares Foundation Uganda, Austin Sickle Cell Support Organization, and Masindi Kitara Diocese. The Chief Walker and Prime Minister of Bunyoro Kitara Kingdom, Oweekitiinisa Byakutaga Andrew Atenyi, flagged off the walk at St. Matthew's Cathedral, Masindi, through Masindi Town to Masindi Main Hospital, where free sickle cell screening, guidance and counseling were offered. He informed workers that the sickle cell disease is called Rwakahenda in Runyoro and people must learn to manage it. The Bishop of Masindi Kitara Diocese, Joshua Kugonza, advised workers to know their status.
Silence, carriers,
the CEO of She Cares Foundation Uganda, Queen Swabra Katusime, appreciated all participants, sponsors and supporters for supporting the event and creating awareness, providing support to sickle cell warriors in Uganda.
Hope and believe will reach the whole Uganda. It is truly my prayer. And besides the sickle cell awareness walk, we've been having free sickle cell screening. So when you know your genotype, when you're a carrier and get married to a carrier, there's a probability that you'll give birth to a sickler.
The event, on the theme Shine Light on Sickle Cell Disease, creates awareness to break myths and provide support to affected families. Abiana Francisco, UBC News.
To Komi District now, where children in schools have been urged to adopt healthier lifestyles to guard against contracting non-communicable diseases. The call comes at a time when non-communicable diseases are affecting people of all ages, including children. This concern was brought to light in Komi District during an awareness drive by the Lions Club of Komi Central, where the message of health was also linked to climate change mitigation through tree planting.
It is meal time. Pupils line up for their morning porridge. But hidden in that sweet taste could be a bitter reality. Sugar, a common part of the diet, with long-term effects and a health risk. Students at Bishop Ilukor Girls Secondary School in Komi District received a call to avoid the dangers of cancer and diabetes.
While soda takes lead in drinks in our country, it is a dangerous drink.
There are so many cancers that are right now with people, and some people are not even aware. By the time you get to know, the cancer has spread.
Experts say that health meals today will guarantee a healthier future tomorrow.
Once you focus yourself on doing these good things and remove the distractors, like being on drugs, jumping over the fence to go to town in the night, playing sex, illicit sex at school, contracting HIV, hepatitis B and C, then those things which distract us will let us focus more on our education and be something useful for this country.
The Lions Club of Kumi Central is also advancing environmental conservation. Their tree planting project along the Kumi Soroti Road is flourishing with different species of trees. This symbolizes a greener and healthier future.
Aren't you very blessed to be part of such a massive environment activity? Yes. What do we get from this? Huh? Shade. What else? It's a home of birds. So when we protect Mother Nature, we are doing great to our nation, isn't it? Yeah.
We got this idea from Bali, Salem Brotherhood. They are the ones who started propagating this thing. And then we agreed to be the ones to plant this thing. So in the whole of Teso, it's the only place where you can get this birth daddy.
Service with compassion remains the creed they live by. Henry Okrut, UBC.
We are going for a break, but we'll be returning with the latest in business.
According to the Uganda Bureau of Statistics Census Report of 2016, in Uganda, 12.4% of the population, about 4.5 million, live with a disability. Limited access to ICT and assistive technologies increases digital disparities, prompting UCOSAF's aim to promote digital inclusiveness for persons with disabilities. The ICT for People with Disability program aims to improve the accessibility of education and technology for persons with disabilities and promote their full and effective participation in society. UCOSAF is implementing this program through the creation and maintenance of an online observatory for persons with disabilities intended to link persons with disabilities with service providers and different programs that empower them, and provision of adaptive tools that enhance their quality of life through ICTs and digital skilling.
Welcome back. Let's have a look at the latest in business. Now, the Pearl Foundation for Human Rights Development, a non-governmental organization, has been changing lives by paying school fees for children from underprivileged families in Maganja. Now, the foundation has life-saving solutions, including life jackets made from used plastic bottles. The community took to the streets on the theme "Swimming as a Sport" to showcase the initiative.
For years, the Power Foundation for Human Rights Development, known as PFHRD, has supported disadvantaged children, paying tuition, benefiting at least 400 learners from nursery to tertiary levels. At its Maganjo offices, the foundation also runs a tailoring workshop, equipping young people with hands-on skills in welding, hairdressing, and tailoring.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. We have 2 minutes to go.
The organization has designed affordable life jackets using used plastic bottles, tested for safety, and now awaiting certification from the Uganda National Bureau of Standards.
Life jackets tuzikola mu bucupa tempering communities netugamba inaje osanga akacupa ofuna okucupa bona obuleeta wano kupa era netukuwa sente netufuna netubooza bulungi netusotinga netukolesa life jackets mu ngeri eyo tuba tusavinga environment.
Managing Director PFHRD Julius Mwesigwa says these life jackets can save lives from maritime communities that depend on water for their livelihoods.
Swimming catch. The theme if you're not already promoting swimming as a sport. That is what we do.
Jamil Sekaja compiled this report.
Residents of Mutungo 1 zone in Nakawa division are up in arms over an illegal encroachment on a road reserved by a one engineer Shamir Kwesiga. According to the residents, Kwesiga constructed a wall fence that now obstructed a community access road, cutting off families from accessing their premises. Engineer Shamir Kwesiga refutes these claims.
This is the contested establishment in the heart of Mutungo Zone 1, Nakawa Division, Kampala District. Citizens say the structure has denied them access to their residences.
He has done a lot in trying to grab community land, but again, he's also trying to be boss. Me, as a resident of Mutungo, I want justice to be served, and I have trust in the systems.
The construction was illegal, first because the papers of the construction were illegal. We are trying to stop an illegal construction that was already erected. It has been erected more than once.
In a recent committee meeting involving Nakawa Division Mayor and KCC Fiscal Planner Nakawa Division, various engagements were held over the same issue.
Kwesiga Shami, who owns this building, has built up into the road. The community can no longer access their properties, their homes easily because of this blockage. Our KCC enforcement office has been here, and the community has expressed their displeasure and dissatisfaction about this development, and KCC has promised to take action within a week's time.
Meanwhile, Engineer Shamil Kwesigwa refutes the allegations, claiming that he received approval from relevant authorities, dismissing the outcry as part of a family fed.
The issue about that access came because we started constructing that project when there was a footpath. So when we cleared ground for the foundation, people started encroaching, driving and so on. When we reached a point of putting our fence, we realized this is our community. We have to provide for them an alternative route, like the way the law provides for. We engaged the LOC1 leadership, we sat in a meeting, and we agreed that I develop that trench so that I create an access route. I've done good for this community. These politicians which come after people are trying to develop the place and trying to show that they are doing work, where were they? That road, I'm the one who maintains it. The trench, it's me who maintains it.
Rebecca Natongo, UBC News.
You are saying the road where you pass when you're going.
Sports news now, and we begin with badminton, where Uganda is sending 6 junior players for the World Junior Badminton Championships on the 6th of October in India. The team was officially flagged off at the National Council of Sports in Lugogo. John Van Sentamo reports.
I'm used to always playing 21 points, so whenever I play 21, there are times that I know I can catch up, even though I'm low, my points are low, but I know I can catch up. So now it needs me to put in a lot of effort while playing, so that I can lead in the points. Like when it's like 12, I have to have like 15, so that I can, or 13, so that I can beat up my opponent.
Swimming now, and the 7th edition of the Dolphins Fast and Furious Swim Meet saw 8 athletes break the meet records at the Kampala Parents School swimming pool over the weekend.
The 7th edition of the Dolphins Fast and Furious Swim Meet has climaxed with the swimmers displaying quality all through that culminated into 8 athletes breaking meet records during the final outing over the weekend at Kampala Parents School in Naguru. Hosted by Dolphin Swim Club, the event drew over 600 swimmers from 26 clubs, making it a resounding success.
I think this is a record in the making, where most of the swimmers are focusing on making the fastest time ever whenever they are going for the competition. I've been talking to some of the swimmers, and they're like, next year they are going to work very hard to beat the records that have been set this time round. So,
notable record breakers included Torpedoes Jonathan Kawesa in the 13 to 14 age category and Tendo Mukalazi in the 15 and over age category.
Last year we had about 400 swimmers. This year it has doubled, 810. So I'm very excited as well. But also I think we are developing in the right direction. Seeing Ugandan swimming growing really fast, especially with the young ones.
Many athletes praised the meet, which featured a sacred cash prize for the record breakers.
It has been fun. I really like the fact that there is prize money because it motivates swimmers to work hard, not to get a prize.
Mainly for the small kids, it helps build up their morale, as I feel like there's not as many meets for the kids, but this is an opportunity for them to come and show what they have to showcase.
It's actually very important because we don't really do a lot of galas. Okay, maybe we do, but yeah, we enjoy these types of galas, not a lot of pressure.
Like, I didn't expect it at all, and I just swam what I knew. And the cash prize, I think it will help swimmers get better equipment and motivate them wherever they are.
Competition has been as well since I cut time and I did well. The cash prize was a good idea because I think it really motivated kids to do well and to break records, to get knowing that there is money.
With the meet now concluded, focus shifts to the Africa Aquatics Zone 3 Championships, scheduled to take place in Kenya from October 16th to 20th.
Money motivating those young swimmers there to push to their best in order to win those prizes, including, of course, cash there. Thank you, Benz, for that story. And finally, let's look at cricket, where the inaugural Laika Women's T20 cricket tournament has climaxed at the Lugogo Oval at Lugogo. John Van Sentamo gives us more.
Four teams named after Uganda's iconic waterfalls of Sipi Itanda, Bujagali and Karuma made up the teams at this week-long tournament. In the final, CP Trekkers beat Bujagali Rafters by 4 wickets after ably chasing down the 66 runs in 18 overs at the loss of just 6 wickets.
Actually, the first phase of the game we struggled a lot because, as the senior players, you're requested to bat deep for the team, but sometimes having, other bowlers on the other teams coming on and bowling you. So in the beginning we were short. We couldn't, get a good score for, our teams. We started by scoring about 90 runs or failing to chase 100 runs or 90 runs. But yeah, at the end of the day, I think that as CP Trekkers, we tried to keep everything very simple, pick positives from each game and carry on to the next game. And I think that's what the girls did. They improved very well in terms of their fielding, the bowling. Today in the morning we had one of the girls bowl 3 overs and going for a maiden, which is something that's never happened in this entire tournament. Even us, we don't bowl like that. There were individual awards to Melissa Aricot, who in the final, despite being on the losing end, managed 5 consecutive wickets to take her tally to 14 and the best bowler gong. Rita Musamali, who scored 237 runs with a single game high of 64, was the best batter, while Immaculate Nakisui with 272 points was the most valuable player.
And that story brings us to the end of the second and final edition of News Tonight here on UBC TV this Monday, the 29th day of September 2025. Thank you so much for having kept us company. On sign language, it has been Senyomo Yusuf, and I'm Rukidi Edward Kijanangoma, wishing you a blessed night.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
63 years of independence marked by a ballot in 2026. The story of Uganda has been inked in resilience, economic growth, and its people. What will take the day? At 63 years, campaigns are in full force, manifestos are launched, all anchored on 2 traits: the economic growth and the justice of its people. For more than 90 days, the presidential candidates will traverse this country, seeking the burden or the mandate to lead this country. Is it possible to see a peaceful, amiable electoral environment? Or the question of quality over quantity of leadership will linger? Let the best man win.